Welcome. Today we're diving into a really fascinating language, one that was literally built from scratch with a single huge goal: to connect the entire world. You've seen this before, right? That classic 404 not found message. It's that universal sign that whatever you were looking for, well, it just isn't there. But what if this wasn't just a tech problem? What if it perfectly described that feeling when you're trying to connect with someone, but a language barrier just stops you in your tracks?
That barrier, it's like a 404 error in our human connection. It's that moment of pure frustration when you really want to share something, an idea, a joke, even just a simple hello, but you just can't find the words. We've all been there. It's a universal problem.
Well, way back in the late 1800s, a Polish-Jewish ophthalmologist had this incredibly ambitious idea for a solution. He imagined a language that could be a universal second language for everyone. The idea wasn't to replace anyone's native tongue, but to create a neutral bridge, a common ground between all cultures. And he called it Esperanto. And this was the core promise, right here. I mean, just imagine a language built from the ground up to be simple and logical. A language where the rules you learn on day one are the only rules you'll ever need. No weird exceptions, no crazy irregular verbs to memorize, just pure, simple clarity. So how in the world did its creator, L.L. Zamenhof, pull this off? Well, he designed a system that feels less like memorizing a giant dictionary and a whole lot more like playing with a set of linguistic Legos. And this quote from our source material just hits the nail on the head. The whole language is built on a system of root words that you can change and combine in totally predictable ways using a simple toolkit of prefixes and suffixes. It's designed to feel intuitive, almost like a game. Okay, let's look at a super simple example. The root word sana means healthy. Now, in Esperanto, the prefix mal always means the opposite of. So you stick them together, and what do you get? Malsana, which logically means sick. Once you learn that one prefix, you can figure out the opposite of hundreds of words instantly. And this is where it gets really cool, especially with suffixes. So take the word domo, which means house. If you add the suffix it, which always means small, you get domito, a little house, a cottage. But if you add the suffix ig, which means large, you get domego, a mansion. It's this completely consistent system you can use on pretty much any noun. Now, this same logical system carries right over to the grammar. And if you thought the word building was simple, just wait. The grammar is even more straightforward. Seriously, these are rules you can basically learn in the next few minutes. Okay, here are the absolute basics. Every single noun ends in the letter O. Every single adjective ends in a. And to make any of them plural, you just add a J. That's it. And get this, there are absolutely zero exceptions to these rules. None. And this beautiful simplicity extends to verbs, too. Forget all those verb charts you had to memorize in school. In Esperanto, all present tense verbs end in as. All past tense verbs end in is. And all future tense verbs end in as. It doesn't matter if it's I speak or they speak, the ending is always the same. And this little cartoon just ties it all together so perfectly. You've got one chicken asking, "Ĉu pluvetis?" which means, did it drizzle? See that? You've got the suffix et for small and the verb ending is for past tense. And the soaked chicken replies, "Ne, pluvegis," or "No, it poured," using the suffix egg for large. It's just a perfect, simple little example of the whole system working together. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? It's a clever idea. But is it just some historical footnote? Does anyone actually use Esperanto today? Well, the answer might really surprise you, because this 19th century idea has blossomed into a living, breathing global community. Now, estimates do vary a bit, but some suggest there could be as many as 6 million speakers scattered across more than 100 countries. So yeah, this isn't just an idea on paper. It's a real, active language with an international user base. So what are all these people doing with it? Well, for one, the language is recognized by UNESCO. There's this amazing program called the Pasporta Servo, which is like a free hosting service that lets Esperantists travel the world on the cheap by staying with other Esperantists. There are original books, magazines, international music festivals, you name it. It's a huge global network for connecting with people you would just never meet otherwise. And you know, for its speakers, Esperanto is so much more than just a language. Like this image suggests, it's really an identity. It's a way of saying you're part of this community that believes in direct, equal communication that can cross any border. So, we've covered the why and the how. Now let's actually turn all this theory into something you can use, like, right now. Let's try out 5 super useful phrases. Ready? Saluton, that's hello. Dankon is thank you. Kiel vi fartas is how are you. Bone dankon means fine, thanks. And gis revido is goodbye. And just like that, you've spoken your first words in Esperanto. And that kind of brings us full circle. The original goal of Esperanto was to fix that 404 error in a world that was disconnected by distance and language. Today, technology connects us in an instant, but real, true understanding can still feel just out of reach. So it makes you wonder, in a world that's more connected than it's ever been, what's the value of a language that was built for everyone?